Long gone Cold War.
In a speech to the United Nations General Assembly, President Obama asked for cooperation for a world vision, a global community to address climate change, nuclear arms proliferation, and civil injustice.
That is the future America wants. A future of peace and prosperity that we can only reach if we recognize that all nations have rights, but all nations have responsibilities as well.
But what Mr. Obama didn't address was the future of U.S. involvement in Afghanistan. General Stanley McChrystal and top military officials have said they want more troops there. But the Obama administration is putting the brakes on their deployment to reassess the situation of a stalemate war effort. One strategy would increase troop presence and isolate Taliban leaders to remote regions of the country. Another strategy would limit troops to major cities like Kandahar, where political and economic influences are stronger and populations are larger.
The president has to make a decision about sending more troops to Afghanistan, but at the same time there are other factors involved that are more or less Afghan factors.
President Obama is facing extreme pressure from an American public that's showing signs of war fatigue and his promise of bringing those responsible for 9/11 to justice. The issue is finding the correct balance between the two objectives, and the fluctuating support of the Afghan people only adds to the urgency. And apparently, both United States and Afghanistan's presidents are struggling.
The biggest problem with President Karzai has been that he hasn't been able to put together an effective and competent team to work in Afghanistan on the issues confronting Afghanistan.
A recent Wall Street Journal NBC News poll shows that Americans are pessimistic about military efforts in Afghanistan. 59% say they're feeling less confident that the war will come to a successful conclusion. 51% say they would oppose sending more troops to the conflict. President Obama is under political pressure from leading Republican voices, such as former presidential rival Senator John McCain, who says more U.S. troops are needed in Afghanistan, insisting that the longer it takes to send them, the more Americans will be put at risk.
The time has come to realize that the old habits, the old arguments, are irrelevant to the challenges faced by our people.
President Obama says it's also premature to decide whether to send more U.S. troops to Afghanistan to join the 68,000 who will be there by the end of the year. 51 American troops died there in August, the bloodiest month for the U.S. since the war began in October 2001. For Press TV, Colin Campbell, Washington.